What is up? You do understand that this is going the third week with daily workdays uploads on YouTube. That's crazy. That's crazy, the amount of content that I have already released. I hope those who watch every other video or just skip a lot of them and just see one after a month, you do enjoy the content. You can see a progression. I'm still trying to find my own voice, still trying to find a workflow that fits my needs and tells the story that I want to tell, and also gets the message across, because I get some feedback from you guys. Thanks a lot for that. That is really, I'm thinking the same things, and when you are recording and then you are editing and watching again the video, it's way different. It's like when you are live here, and like in the video that I was showing the Varnas blade with the ironwood scales, I was moving it so much. Like when I'm looking at it through the viewfinder and just showing it, like, oh yeah, I totally get it, I totally grasped it, it looks so nice, so glittery. But when I watch it as a video, or at least while I'm editing, it's like, slow down, man. Where are you rushing? So yeah, I am still working out these kinks, these problems, these issues. But look, everybody did not get bent. Nobody was born with all of the qualities. Like, you learn it, and you learn it from doing. And I'm especially thankful for people who are watching these very early videos. If I get going, I hope you see more of the process. You see that it is not a guy ordering, outsourcing OEM stuff from China, buying for €2 and selling for €200. And I hope it gets across the message that it is genuine. A lot of work goes into all of the manufacturing processes, and I wonder if somebody can guess who is the maker of that knife in that picture. Write it in the comments, like, share, subscribe. But yeah, brain is going all over the place, especially in the morning, which is almost midday now. And today I'm going to focus on making Kydex sheaths for Angus that I ground in the past few days, which took a lot. And I am going to showcase you the whole process. Now, I won't be able to showcase you the whole process as a time lapse, as I mentioned it before, because there are so many small processes that are very detail oriented that go on into this place, that place, and the third place, and the fourth place. And I managed to get the efficiency so fine-tuned. I love it. Like, I can put in one Kydex sheath to warm up, take out another one, put it on the press, and pull out another one, and go drill holes, do the CNC stuff. And while I do that and I am finished and I go back, the one cooling in the station is done. I can take it out, pull out the preheated sheet, put it in, and do the whole cycle again. So it's very very running, very go, and I almost eliminated all of the guesswork. So I can do this while listening to music without looking, oh, this is a problematic place, that is a problematic place, because there are almost no problematic places. I think I got these pretty dialed. These are pretty good process to making the sheets. I love it. Now, I thought how I can show you all of this process. And what we will do, I will do 1 piece, 2 piece. I want 2 piece on the table. So I will take 1 piece and show you a step by step what is being done and how it's being made up until a certain point where the whole batch is finished up to that certain point, and we need to do a whole nother process that does not fit into this workflow. So we will do up until, let's say, a checkpoint. Yeah. Some of the processes, and off camera I will just do them, and we will skip to the place where we have semi until that checkpoint finished parts, and we can enjoy the consistency of them, and we can talk more about them. And it's 1:30, 1 o'clock in the day, afternoon, I don't know, and we'll see how long does it take, because I need to make at least 30. I would aim for 35 sheets, because I have 30 knives, and you never start a batch with exactly the same number because shit hits the fan. When life gives you pants, you shit them. So, you know, sometimes life gives you pants, and some of these sheets are ruined. You do an oopsie in one place, or even if you don't, maybe you drop one, scratch one while I do finishing work, and that's no bueno. You cannot, or even when you are putting in the rivets, very rarely it happens when you are using American made great quality eyelets. But when those eyelets split, I haven't found a way to drill them out, because most often they just start spinning with the drill bit, burn the Kydex, and it's just easier to throw out the sheath and say, fuck it, bucket. So, yeah, so let's go into the overview of the whole process. And remember, this is a not how to channel. I just showcase how I do things. If you know smarter ways to do it, please do share. I highly appreciate, especially I know a lot of knife makers are watching this. And I am just an amateur in my small workshop who is doing stuff that he thinks it's pretty cool and it's pretty amazing. And I wouldn't make knives that I wouldn't like. So that's why I turned down some of the custom offers, orders. So yeah, feedback is appreciated. And let's get going for the first process in the whole overview. Every sheath starts out as a piece of Kydex. It's a 1.5 millimeter one, and I get those in big sheets, and I cut them to size because all of Angus sheets use the same size, and I try to standardize. And these are super easy to cut. You don't need any bandsaw, any specific saw or anything. You just put it shiny side up, use a ruler and score it with a X-Acto knife or whatever, or your Angus blade, and you have then this little scoring line, and you just break it, and it breaks wonderfully. It's super easy. Leaves a little shiny edge, but that is fine because that gets removed in the end. And what we will do now, we will take this and put it in the oven, and there is a specific way that I do it. I have a piece of metal inside that adds more thermal mass, and you need to put it this way. You need to put it shiny side down, because if it touches to the hot metal, it will remove all of the texture. And the metal also helps because you need an even surface, because if you do it with only the grill, it will flop on and it will roll on itself and really reduce in size. And when it's on a flat surface, it's like a pancake on a pan. It doesn't curl up, and it just stays approximately the same size. So we will put it, and yeah, and let's see the next process. And I forgot to mention in the previous cut, because today is February 16th. It's hard to remember the months in English, but today is the recreation of independence of Lithuania. Essentially, Lithuania's birthday. And I wanted to do a special build for today, but I couldn't make it because of my schedule. But I will do it for March 11th. I promise you that. A small sneak peek of a beautiful flag palette of G10. I will do a special edition of Varnes handle scales, and I will make a video about, most probably, if I have the time, documenting how I make those nice handle scales that will be Lithuania flag themed. And do a one-off maybe. So all of the Lithuanian viewers, if you are patriotic and you want something special, you can call it dips. Dips on it. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. So yeah. And now let's continue with the normal programming. While it is heating up in the oven, this is what I use as a template for Angus knife to make the sheath mold. It's actually a mold made from MDF, and I found that MDF is a really nice material to prototype, and until it is working very well, why shouldn't I use it? And it's pretty cheap. It's okay priced, and you can do a lot of things. So what I do, I have this vacuum table that I have built. I plop it on here, and there is the vacuum pump. I turn on the pump, put on the Kydex on here, close this lid, it all sucks down, and I wait for it to cool. So let me pull it out and do it. So it's done. The forming has been done. We plop it off. Boom. Very nice tight mold. And now we have 2 holes to drill that will be used for work holding. So we will go and just zip, zip, zip. Zip, zip done. We take these and we go over the CNC. So I have this mold from my Carta. This has some recess holes for drying, for machining the eyelets and machining the contour way below the surface of the Kydex, so we get less chatter. And give me a second, I will zip this here. It's back in place. Now it's held. We will launch a first operation on the CNC, and this is a very tiny, small, lean improvement that I like to do. I guess it's a lean improvement because when I used to use this drill, just put in the screws, and I would put this drill somewhere here. It was on the side, it was here, and or maybe sometimes it was here. I was always searching for it, spinning too much, reaching too much, and it was just uncertain. So I found if I machine here, the CNC doesn't touch any of this area, so I can just leave it here on this tape. So I put temporary tape. Every time I use it, I put it here. Works like a charm. It's so simple and removed such a big pain in the workflow. So now I will launch the first operation, put in the good end mill that is right for this task, and it will machine 2 more holes for the final work holding of the sheath. The holes are done. They are always in the same place, as this fixture has locating pins. Maybe I can do it with one hand. It's just super easy to put in those screws. And just to screw it down. And it's done. I put it on the blue tape and I go and run the second program. See you on the other end. Boom! And it's done. It's done. Let's take it out. You can see. It's so hard to film and do this. There's so little waste, only the width of the screw and a little bit more to locate. goes out, and this is the sheath that we have up until now. Let me go and search for more light. You can see the edge finish is okay. It's fine for when we will do the bending, because we will finish out the edges still, but there will be very little work to be done. And you can see this wonderful butterfly. So yeah, I will be doing all of these steps more 34 times. That's basically it. So see you when these are done. This is one of the most tiring parts of all of the sheath making process. I hope I won't drop them, but we made this many. Damn boy, look how shiny and beautiful they look. Yeah, and we have a huge amount of parts for the sheaths. I'm pretty satisfied about that. Today's episode will be a shorter one, as I am feeling beat. It's the constant walking around, moving from one station to another station to another station to another station. A more lean approach would be to have everything more in one place, I guess, with less walking, which is actually maybe possible, but I need like my drill press and the heating up station to be near the CNC. So I don't know. I could utilize the bench near my CNC. Yeah, that would be pretty smart. That would be pretty smart, and that would require more setup, and it wouldn't be like a U-shaped cell, which is most efficient, but it would be like the CNC is in front of me and the whole other station is behind me, but I'll still have to walk to the drill press and would still have to go and change the programs on the computer. So I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze, but I am so happy with how these are turning out. Each and every one looks exactly the same, and they perform exactly the same. So it's the best feeling. It's the best feeling to have like a consistent process, which takes out so much guessing work. And like if a person buys a sheath, he will get exactly what he expects. If they buy 3 knives, all of the sheaths will be identical, if the knives are of course identical. And yeah, that is very exciting. I'm very happy, and I want to incorporate more of this certainty in a lot of more of the processes. I would gladly skip the hand grinding and do some fancy CNC machine milling grinding, but currently with my current instruments, that is not it's not efficient. I could do it, but it would take too much time, and that would make knives consistent, but worth much more, which I don't know. I want them to be affordable, and I want to make great knives that people actually use, because I feel like price is sometimes a big factor for people to do not use it. So if they will become shelf knives, that is not what I'm aiming for. Also, I was listening to the Business of Machining podcast with John Saunders and John Grimsmo. And in one of the, I don't know, it was maybe a year ago, or maybe a little less than a year ago, where Grimsmo mentioned that he had a tutor in business. And one of the things that he suggested him do is actually have customer calls with people who use their knives. So today, I did it in the past, and I was so stoked. And I know that some of the customers are listening. And today I did 2 more calls. I did all of them under 10 minutes, not too much yapping, and getting concrete information and just talking with the customer. And it's great. It's great. I got some very constructive stuff, which both of them mention it as it's a little nitpick, but both mention it the same thing. So I will address that, and that is a very easy thing to fix, which is great. And they both bought Angus blades, and both wanted a small fixie that is lighter than most folding knives, and it's easy to carry, and a scalpel-like knife basically perfectly fits the use case that I wanted my knife to fit. And both are keen users, and they only had great stuff to say about that. So I am very excited and very happy, and yeah, it was just a great talk, It's not like a sales pitch, it's not like whatever, it's just a checkup with your client. And I feel like a lot of companies or makers, the conversation with the client ends when you make the sale. And I want to do the reverse. The actual conversation starts when you buy a knife from me, because I provide the maintenance and care for it. I can answer your questions. I can do sharpening for free for it. I can repair the edge if you do something crazy and stupid. Of course, that will cost you, because stupid things cost you money. The free sharpening also, you only pay for the shipping, and shipping in Lithuania between me and the customers, like €2 one side, which is dirt cheap, I would consider, and takes only few days, 1 or 2 days for me to get it. So, and me asking you what I could do better, and maybe like what I strive for and what gives me the most excitement, I feel like, is when my knives are used, when people use them and they feel joy and they say, I love it. It's just it's just fulfilling the need that I was looking for, and that is what I am striving for. And these calls, I feel like, are very important, because not so many of you just, you buy the knife online, and from my side, I send it out and I get nothing back. I don't hear from you, I don't see it. In the past, I would do hand-to-hand sales sometimes. That would be amazing, where I can have and share this feeling with other person. But now I just put it in the parcel machine, off it goes. And sometimes you write me, customers, I thank you for that, with sharing how great it is, or sharing what could be better. That is also very great, and I am grateful for that, but that is not happening as often as I would like. So I have to initiate these calls, and I feel like it's the opportunity for me to see if it really fits you as a customer, my knives. And if it does, it's creating this connection on a much deeper level, because this is not only an object, this is a manifestation of my ideas, my creativity, and my time in this workshop every day, and small incremental changes to it, and this evolution. And at a certain snapshot of this evolution, you say, I want this would solve my problem, I really stand behind what this dude is doing. You buy it, and I really appreciate that. And then when you buy it and you use it and you feel the same enjoyment while using it as I am making it, I feel like there is much deeper connection than just me creating a tool that is a problem solution or a patch on a wound that you are feeling in day to day, like opening packages or something like that, but you are just, I don't know, I feel like there is something there. And these calls actually allow me to double check if you are on the same level as I am. Then it's great, it's amazing, I'm happy as I am now. This is something else. This is, yeah, I'm feeling that what I'm doing every day, it is really fulfilling. I'm doing good work. I am fulfilling a need and creating this additional happiness in the world. I am in someone's life a +1 to the whole sum of the day or month or whatever, and not a -1. And if I feel like you have some maybe buyer's regrets, or it's not fitting your case, you have abnormally large hands, abnormally small hands, you dislike the choices you made on the color or whatever, I am really open to, I can do a refund, I can change things. Also, a lot of my knives have, in that case, interchangeable scales, which you can change. You can greatly alter the mood on these knives. You can have yellow, you can have brown, you can have green. And this was a very short sneak peek of a knife that might come true in the not far to come future as an EDC, maybe a splitting apple enough blade wise length, but not to get too much off topic. I want to provide solutions, and if you feel like this is just not fitting, we can do a refund. That's fine. That's fine on my book, because I would not be happy taking money from you from a product that is 80% fulfilling what you would really like. It's like I don't want to be good enough for you. I want to be like, oh yeah, I spent my money right with this guy. That is what I wanted to say. I'm already rambling a little bit, and I think it's time to call it quits. We can close out this episode, and tomorrow in the next episode, what we'll do bending of those, putting in the rivets, and finishing the edges, and these will be done. Imagine just 2 days for almost 40 sheets. That is the efficiency that allows me for the basic Angus to be at the cost that it is. And other knives require much more work, much more materials, and that's it for today. Skip it, quit it. I'm done. Let's zip it and ship it. See you tomorrow. See you later, alligators.